the situation with Marcus Rashford? Because, of course, we know that he's on loan at Barcelona until the end of the season. Is there a future for him at Old Trafford?
He wasn't favoured under Ruben Amorim, and that led to loans at Aston Villa and now Barcelona this season. Now, Barcelona have an option to make his move to the club permanent. That's £26 million is the option. And actually, they are quite confident that they could get a higher fee elsewhere. What I can also tell you is, look, the question is, under Michael Carrick, if he's to continue as head coach, could Marcus Rashford have a future at Old Trafford? If they don't agree a deal with Barcelona, Rashford will come back to Carrington, but that isn't a reunion for next season. I think the player, his representatives, the club will all look for a permanent solution away from Manchester United this summer, whether that's Barcelona or elsewhere.
The floodlights hummed over Carrington like a heartbeat, and for the first time in what felt like forever, Marcus Rashford looked like he could outrun his own shadow. One moment the pitch was quiet, the usual hum of cones and shouted instructions. The next, Rashford exploded past 3 defenders in a blur of red, the ball glued to his left foot, before rifling a shot into the far corner that left the goalkeeper rooted. Michael Carrick, arms folded on the touchline, didn't smile. He simply nodded once, the way only a man who has worn the United captain's armband can. Academy graduate and academy coach reunited. And suddenly the entire training ground felt different. What started as a cautious return to training session after a difficult few months has become something far louder. Sources close to the club describe Rashford's work rate as borderline obsessive. Teammates who have trained with him for years were left glancing at each other in disbelief. One senior player was overheard saying, "It's like someone switched the lights back on inside him." Pace that once looked hesitant is now ruthless. Movement that had grown predictable is sharp again, cutting angles that defenses simply cannot read. Confidence, that intangible thing every top striker needs, has returned in waves. Carrick has wasted no time making his intentions clear. The former midfielder, now shaping United's first-team identity, is building the entire attacking structure around the 28-year-old. Drills that once focused on intricate passing triangles have shifted. The emphasis is now on verticality, on Rashford receiving the ball in space and running at tired legs. Set pieces are being reworked with him as the focal point. Even the pressing triggers have been adjusted so that when United win the ball high up, Rashford is the outlet, not an afterthought. For Rashford, this is more than a comeback. It is a homecoming in the truest sense. The boy who joined United's academy at 7, who scored on his debut as a teenager, who carried the club through dark nights in the Champions League, had begun to look like a player fighting his own history. Injuries, form dips, questions about his future, none of it is being discussed inside the walls of Carrington right now. Only the present matters, and the present is blistering. Fans have already started the chant again. Social media timelines are flooded with grainy training clips and the same 3 words repeated like a prayer: "He's back." Supporters who have watched him grow from awkward academy kid to England international know what this moment could mean. Not just goals, but belief. United have spent seasons chasing their own shadow. A single player rediscovering himself might be the spark that turns chasing into leading. Carrick, ever the quiet conductor, has been careful in public. Yet those inside the camp say privately he sees Rashford as the heartbeat of the next phase. He understands the club, one insider noted. He doesn't need to be told what the badge means. He's lived it. That shared DNA between player and coach is rare. It is also powerful. When Carrick talks, Rashford listens. When Rashford moves, the whole squad follows. There is still work to do. Match fitness will be tested in the coming weeks. Opponents will double up, triple up, try to blunt the weapon they have seen before. But the signs are impossible to ignore. The way Rashford finishes training sessions, staying behind for extra shots, extra sprints, speaks of a man who has stared into the mirror and decided the story is not over. Manchester United have had false dawns before. This one feels different because it is quiet, internal, and rooted in the place where the club has always found its greatest strength, the academy and the training ground. No big money signing, no headline-grabbing loan, just one of their own, sleeves rolled up, reminding everyone what he was built for. The next few fixtures will tell the real story, but right now, as the floodlights switch off and the players head inside, one thing is certain. Marcus Rashford is no longer returning. He has arrived, and Michael Carrick is ready to turn that arrival into something United fans have been waiting to see again, a forward who doesn't just play for the club, but carries it. All eyes once more are on number 10. This time, they might not want to look away.
If they don't agree